hour. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you. Awesome, you guys. Hey, Kay. My sister's joining us from Georgia. Hey, sis. Her name's Thorin. She's a yoga teacher, too, up in the mountains. It's awesome. Yeah, so we're going to get started right now, child's pose. And you guys, give me a signal if I ever lose audio. We are using some different audio, so just give me a wave or something if something doesn't sound right. Awesome. Let's get started in child's pose. Thanks. So as people are getting checked in here, you get checked in. I have you all on mute. So hopefully you hear me okay. And just sink your hips back, stretch your arms out long in front of you. And just like we always do in that first grounding pose, just check into your body, your mind, your spirit, your being in the moment. Your satya, your truth. Like it might be different than yesterday and certainly different than a month ago or a year ago. Just be in the now. And take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Fill up. Really expand. A little bit deeper. Out through your nose. Hug your belly muscles in. And a few more like that, just really intentional Ujjayi breaths. And then a big inhale, fill up, expand. Your biggest one yet, biggest one of the morning. Hold it at the top. Open mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. Nice, ground through your hands and then take 5 breaths in the movement of your choice or the stillness of your choice. Like your first down dog. You can cycle your knees or your hips or let your head hang and sway. Yeah, really still just tapping into that satya, that truth of your being right now. Not in comparison to yesterday or in any judgment, but just in noticing. And then press through your knuckles, get really intentional in your foundation, your hands, your feet, the balls of your feet grounded, and your core. Hug your navel in and up. Press your chest back to your thighs without lifting your heels. Lift your tailbone a little bit more. Yeah, I saw that. Awesome. Now keep all that intention, roll forward into your high push-up. Stack your joints, create those long power lines with your arms, but then, yeah, this just beautiful line of energy from the crown of your head, tailbone to heels. Nice. Now inhale, roll forward just a little, hinge forward, low push up or all the way to the mat. Up dog or cobra, take it slow, no rush. Chest open, peel your shoulder blades back and in. Nice, down dog. Big breath in. And big breath out. Step to your hands, ragdoll. I like a nice wide rag doll on my very first forward fold, but really up to you. Little bend in the knees. Yeah, sway, hang. Definitely let your head go. Let go of anything that's just not, it just doesn't need to be there. Whatever might be showing up, if you can, and as much as you will, exit it with the exhale. Release your hands, bring your toes to touch. Long flat spine, inhale. Yeah, hands to your shins or your knees or even your thighs. And then bow down. Lift halfway. Bow. And then the last one, really long this time. Inhale, length in the spine. Forward fold a little bit deeper. Ground through your feet with soft joints. Reach up high, high mountain. Konasana, thumbs to the wall behind you or whatever's back there. Chest open, big inhale. Exhale, your hands to your heart. And with a soft gaze over your fingers or maybe your eyes closed, let's take one Om together. Big breath. And let's flow. Reach up, look up, full inhale. Bow down. Nice and slow on this first one. Lift half. Step it back, high to low, push up, peel your elbows in. Strong low push up, upward facing dog, hips forward. Downward facing dog, hips high. Big breath in, big breath out. And 2 more breaths in your down dog, but really intentional. Hands, feet, core, foundation. Draw those heels back. Lift your heels high on the inhale. Soften your knees on the exhale, spring or step to the top of the mat. Lift half, forward, fold, reach up, look up. Like that second sun, let it feel good. Bow down. Halfway rise. High to low, push up. Step it back. Upward facing, chest open a little more this time. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Float to the top of the mat. Flat spine, forward fold, reach high. Bow deep. Lift halfway, lean forward, chaturanga, dandasana, shoot it back. Upward facing, downward facing dog. And then float it right to the top of the mat, right into your next sun A, flat spine. Bow, Tadasana, root to rise, and maybe a slight back bend here. And bow, hinge at the hips. Lift half, chaturanga. Beautiful, upward facing, energy, open, down dog. Just notice how it feels to get a little warmer here. And as you've built a little bit of heat, also notice like what you can add into your practice, seeking your truth, what you can take out. Is there extra that needs to go? Lift your heels, soften your knees, float to the top of the mat, right into chair pose, Utkatasana. Yeah, you guys have been here before so many times, maybe 1,000 times, maybe more. Squeeze your thighs in. You know what to do. It's 2 more breaths. How low do you want to go? It's just 2 breaths. Big inhale. Bow down. Connect your chest to your thighs. Lift half, chaturanga. Vinyasa on through. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, lift it up. So we're gonna linger here for a bit. Bend your knee, open up. Let that feel good. Yeah, if you open up in the shoulder a little, it's okay. And now square the shoulder. Square the shoulder, but keep your hip open. So really kind of twisting through the waist, growing long through the side body. And then draw your right knee to your right elbow. Draw it way out wide. You're in this core plank. Beautiful. And then send that foot back on the inhale. And then cross over your body. Cross over to the left. Squeeze in. And then go back. Knee to nose. Hug in. Lift your hips and your back step into your first warrior one. Reground. Ground into those feet. Point that left hip bone forward. Nice. Hands up high, thumbs drawn back, chest wide open. Sink a little deeper into your lunge. Warrior two. Open it up. Yeah, nice. And peel the left knee out. Yeah, over the pinky toe. So you're hiding your pinky toe from your gaze. Sink a little deeper into that lunge. Big breath in through your crown. Chaturanga, flow it out. Vinyasa on through. And the left leg lifts. Bend your knee, open up. Beautiful, you guys. Lift your knee a little higher, grow a little bit longer, right? Through the left side of the body. Big inhale. Left knee, left elbow or tricep way out wide. Pull your rib cage in. Send it back. Cross over your body and squeeze. Go back. Create all that length. Knee to nose, pull in. Get that lift. Step without lifting your hands. Yeah, good. That's the tricky part. But totally possible. Square your hips, warrior one. Give up the fidgets. You've done this 1,000 times. Breathe. Set that drishti gaze. Open your arms, warrior two. Yeah, and as you're lengthening through the crown of your head, keep peeling your shoulders back and in, really connected to that center. Yeah, and everybody look at your left knee. Peel it out more. That's it. Good. Big breath. Flow it out. Upward facing dog. Tops of your feet, chest open. Down dog. And just a few breaths to reset. Like just being in down dog, not being in the last sun bee, not being in the one that's coming up, but right here, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now look forward, press into your knuckles, lift high through your hips and your heels, soften your knees, spring lightly. Halfway rise, forward fold, chair pose, really low. Bow down. Halfway lift, Ardha Utkatasana, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Don't lift the leg this time. Right foot, right hand, warrior one. You're still in that exhale. Reach up. Open, warrior two. Big breath in. And flow it out. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. You're still in the exhale. Step your left foot to your left hand. Warrior one. Warrior two. With your own breath now. Big inhale. Low push up. Flow like water flows to the earth. Up, down. Breathe in, breathe out. And be okay with a little rest, right? Active rest, down dog, in between these sun Bs. The next sun B is going to be the same, except we'll add in that reverse warrior. So, you know, everybody at your very own pace, your movement, your breath. Float to the top of the mat. Flat spine, forward fold, chair, squeeze your glutes. Bow. Lift half. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Remember your own breath, right side. Warrior two. Flip and reverse. Yeah, if you're ahead of me, it's okay. Just go. You know we're going to meet on the left side after you vinyasa. And then the left side, the warrior one and the warrior two. Your own breath, your own practice. Beautiful, you guys. After that last chaturanga, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Ha. Let that go. And stick out your tongue for a moment. And lion's breath. Really big inhale. And a very expressive. Yeah. Bring your feet to touch. Back of the mat. Peel your right foot up to the ceiling. Bend your knee. Open up your hip. Get really light in your right fingertips. And just rotate yourself right on around. Flip your dog. There can be a flip dog here. There can be like a hover. You can even take wild thing if that feels good. And just integrate your shoulders onto your back. Just feel your body working as this one unit, right? Open your chest. Look forward now. And then slow high push-up. Right to Vashisthasana, side plank on your right hand and your right foot. So spin out. Drop your knee if you want a really powerful modification. And then from here, you express your personal expression in the right here, right now. Lifting your leg, reaching for a toe. Maybe there's a tree pose on your side. Breathe. Drishti. Your satya, your truth, right here. Big breath in. Chaturanga. Someone's dog just heard a sound or something, huh, Sam? Upward facing dog. I love it. Downward facing dog. That's the joy of like being invited to people's living rooms. Extend your right foot to the back wall or whatever's behind you. So it's the same foot, the right foot. The right one. I think someone has the left one up. So the right leg still, right? Yeah? And then bring your knee to your nose. That right knee to your nose. Send that foot back. Knee to your nose. So we're really working core and shoulders here. Now hold here. Bring your knee in between your wrists. Bring it down towards the earth. And then lift that thigh back up into your body. And then lower it, and then lift your thigh back into your body. Squeeze your belly in, lower, lift, then step into Crescent Lunge. Crescent Lunge on the right. Just setting up Crescent. If that means dropping your back knee because that gives you more integrity, cool. Otherwise, peel that heel up over the ball of your foot. Now bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to take an open twist today. Reach your left hand forward and your right hand back. Go really long through the crown of your head and then twist and rotate open. Maybe you want to revolve this with your right hand on that leg and the left arm way up high. One more breath here, and then it's your traditional crescent lunge twist. Press your left elbow, onto the outside of that right thigh, and twist. Peel your chest to your hands, pose and repose. Really nice. Peel the shoulders back, hug them in. Maybe you open your arms. One more big breath here. Next, inhale, crescent lunge. You got it. Crescent lunge. Chaturanga. Chaturanga. Can you guys hear me? Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Ha. Awesome. Bring your feet to touch. Back of the mat. Left leg now, lift it up high. Bend your knee, open up through your hip. Yeah, and you know what to do. Get really light, strong in your core. And maybe as you're lifting your hand, you just kind of hover in space as you're flipping your dog. Then those feet connect, hips lift high, chest opens, maybe there's a wheel. 2 more breaths. High, push up, and then right into your side plank. You know where you're going. On the left hand and the left foot, side plank, Vashisthasana. Really beautiful, hug in. Like you guys, squeeze everything in to center to create that big expression out. Lifting the leg, finding new possibility. Big breath in. Flow it out. Vinyasa on through. Up dog, down dog. And the left leg back. So here we have the square hips. Peel that pinky toe edge down. Like really internally rotate your thighs. And then knee to nose, draw in, squeeze in, roll your shoulders forward all the way. Then send that foot back. Knee to nose, now stay forward. Now lower that shin in between your wrists. Lower your shin. Now lift it up. Lower. Really working core here. Lift. Lower. Lift. Crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. Big breath in, preparing for that twist. Right hand reaches forward. Peel your left hand back. Draw those shoulders in and stay long, really lifted. Revolve this if you want, if you did on side one. Grow really long now through that right side body. And then into your crescent lunge twist. Look to that left thigh. Plug your right elbow on the outside of your thigh. And then create the lift. Chest peels to your hands. And from here you have 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Pose. Repose. Breathe in. Breathe out, you're so strong. Crescent lunge, gaze forward. Drishti, gaze forward. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. And ha. Big breath. Let it go. And now drop onto your forearms. Create dolphin. On your forearms, tailbone stays high, walk your feet up just a little bit. And create that lift through your side body, through your tailbone. If anybody likes to forearm stand, here's a good opportunity to keep walking your shoulders over your elbows and maybe lift a leg, just one. Maybe you lift one leg, you lean forward and take a couple hops. Yeah, really good. Couple hops. I like my gaze between my forearms here. Beautiful, Monica. Nice, Thorin. A couple hops. Nice. Now, everybody come into child's pose, but bring your knees to touch and your arms behind you. So really giving your shoulders just a little time out. And take a breath in and a breath out, and just acknowledge, maybe forearm practice is something, it's a tough one for me. And there are days when I feel pretty strong in it, and there are days when it's just not happening. Every day is different, and that's okay. Reach your hands forward, downward facing dog. We're going to do that same thing again, hopping with the other leg. So drop into dolphin. And keep in mind that lift, and especially in the side body, kind of hollowing out your armpits, if that makes sense. There's like, all this length. Walk your shoulders forward over your elbows. And if you're not to that point, you just stay here and lift one leg and then maybe another leg, or lift one leg and just hold it for 5 breaths. You're going to build a lot of strength there in your shoulders. Yeah, just a couple more breaths. Wherever you are is beautiful, is perfect. Child's pose. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. And now take your hands behind your lower back and interlace them. Really lift through your sternum. Maybe even take a mini back bend here before taking a bow. Humble warrior, just really wringing out those shoulders. A few big breaths. Let your head go. Drishti gaze is at your back foot or somewhere behind you. Wring out. Release your hands. Lift yourself back up into your warrior one. And we're going to prepare to balance. So set your gaze in front of you and just lift that left leg up on over your right, eagle pose. Left leg over, and now your left arm under. Find square hips, length through your side body, and that neutral pelvis. Peel your tailbone down towards your heels. You're there. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Foot to the mat, hands up high. Chair pose. Chair pose, hands to your heart. Energy, elbow to elbow. Your forearms are perfectly parallel to the earth. Big breath in and twist to the right. Hook your elbow, just like that crescent, right? And then what do you want? Do you want to open? Do you want to side crow it? Or I've seen some fallen angels from here. Totally up to you. Have 3 more deep breaths. So go now. Like the time is right now. Last two. Last one. Chair pose to forward fold, or just right into that forward fold if you want. Separate your feet and then scoop up your big toes with your peace fingers. And stay active here. Peel your elbows out wide. Peel the crown of your head down. Halfway rise. Forward fold. Really peel your tailbone up and spread your sitting bones apart. Nice. Halfway lift. And forward fold. Release your hands. Tadasana, reach up high. I want you to just take like this moment, like this back bend. Send your hips forward and your chest open. Take another big breath here. Forward fold. Lift halfway. Chaturanga. Flow it out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in and a big breath out. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Take your hands behind you and interlace them like one finger off. So just the goofy way. Chest open, take that bow. Ring out, let your head go, melt in, and really see if you can keep that hip in, keeping it the square hip pose. Maybe one day your head touches the ground. You never know. Release your bind, rise up, warrior one. And now getting really grounded, what's going to be that balancing leg? Your left foot, fire everything up, fire up that back leg. The right leg now over eagle, right arm under. Zip up your thighs, breathe. That's the one thing is I can't hear your breath, but I know you probably have just amazing breath. Let that steady you here. Sink your hips a little lower, so a little bit more of a knee bend. Nice. Foot to the mat, hands high. Chair pose. Hands to your heart. Breathe in, preparing, right? Length. Twist to the left. Hook. Create the hook and the peel, and then you pose and repose, just like you do. If you took side crow on one side, maybe this is the side you don't love it as much, so go anyway. And if you're in that chair twist still, just sink a little lower, like sink into that place it's a bit uncomfortable. One more big inhale. Forward fold. Awesome. Separate your feet and now stand on your hands. Baddha Uttanasana, gorilla. Draw your toes all the way up into your wrist creases. Let your head go, lean in. Halfway lift. And forward fold. Release your hands, crow. Plant your knuckles into the mat. Bring your knees on your elbows or a little higher or on the sides. Maybe it's a deep yogi squat that's calling you. Really, really good. And yes, very nice. Lean forward a little. Lift through your tailbone. Sam, lift your feet a little higher, a little higher. That's it, that's it, that's it. Big breath. Chaturanga. Beautiful. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and let it go. Ha. Step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway rise, forward fold, reach up. Hands to your heart. I am centered. I am grounded. Tree pose. So we have like whatever version or variation that you want. Many breaths, more than our kind of traditional 5. So if you want to take your right foot into a lotus variation or just your regular tree, find balance right here, equanimity. Your tree can turn into a forward fold and even an arm balance. And if none of that calls you, stay as you are. Balancing on one foot or balancing on your hands. What do you want here? What feels just like natural and right? Maybe it's a challenge by closing your eyes for half of a breath. Very hard for me to balance with my eyes closed. Foot to the mat, hands to your heart, breathe in, breathe out. Tree, opposite side. And if your foot is connected to your thigh, really find that connection. Press your thigh into your foot and your foot into your thigh evenly. Create center line. What a beautiful thing. We can create so much from just being drawn into our center line in the physical asana, and spiritual and emotional and heart space. Like drawn in means expression out in total truth. You have several more breaths to recreate right here. Yeah, really nice. Lean in if you're going for that arm balance. Foot to the mat, hands up high. So I want you to soften through your knees and take a big giant step back with your right foot and then point your toes in the same direction. So you're in a big, wide straddle. Reach your hands up high and forward bow. There's lots of variations. You can do peace fingers to big toes, come into upside down. Bring your hands right underneath your hips. We're here for a good 6-7 breaths. So really kind of yogi's choice here. It's nice to have choices and options in yoga, what feels good or what we just need. Wherever you are, your tailbone is lifted high, playing with these toe taps. Really beautiful, you guys. Big inhale. Big exhale. And now look to your right foot. Point your right foot, I think it's going to be back. Yeah, so behind you. Point that right foot to the back of the mat. So you're just turning it. Yeah. And then hop that other foot over to the left. Coming into lizard now on the right. So lizard on the right. Bring your hands to the inside of that right foot. And so my suggestion to begin is to keep the back leg lifted and really feel that in the psoas, maybe even leaning forward a little bit with your hips and your chest. And then finding the challenge, that the challenge is often bringing your forearms down to the mat. Challenge being, yeah, so Jamie, hop your back left leg back, way back. That's it. Lizard lunge, nice deep hip opener. Beautiful. And then I see some of you like turning and rotating. Do that. Like drop the back knee. Peel your right arm back. This is your practice. Play around. But maybe go somewhere new. And maybe that's just finding that place that's a little bit uncomfortable, staying with powerful ujjayi breath, like intent, back to truth. Sometimes I just want to keep moving. I don't want to like be still. And there's a lot of learning in that. A few more breaths. And now square everything off. So you're facing the back of the mat. Bring your right foot back to center here, but at the back of the mat, drop that back knee, half monkey or half split. So your right toes point up, dig that heel into the mat, hinge at your hips, peel the crown of your head towards your toes, your right toes. Nice deep hamstring stretch. Full split, always welcome, of course. A few more breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. So just take it nice and easy. Lift those hips back up, and you just walk yourself back into a straddle, just like you were before. Back into a straddle. Take your hands, interlace them behind your lower back, bow down. Ideally, palms touching, keeping those wrists in really nice alignment. Release your hands and walk them over to your left foot. Left foot, point it to the front of your mat now. Hop that right leg out and over on the back of the mat. Lizard on the left. I like to keep a long, straight spine to start. Just kind of really keeping all of that integrity in your center. Breathe, ujjayi breath. And then play around with going wherever you went on side one. Just feel in your body what you need and also what you can let go of. Where is the resistance showing up for you? Where is it showing up in your body? And can you draw your attention to that space? And just with an intention, breathe in and let it go. Soften that part of you. A few more breaths. If you want to take your opposite arm back to your foot, if you haven't already done that. Beautiful. Now come back up onto your hands, wedge that left foot back towards the center to move into your half monkey or your half split. Lean your hips back, but pull your torso forward. Unless you're coming into the full split, of course. And just stay. Breathe. Experience. Big inhale. Big exhale. Lean everything forward, plant your hands, and step your feet back, high push-up. Top of a plank. It's been a while, you guys, since we've been here. So like maybe you feel completely empowered, refreshed, even stronger. Low push-up, like your strongest one of the day. Up dog. Down dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Drop onto your knees. Bring them hip width distance. If you have a block between your thighs is awesome. And stand on your knees. We're moving into camel. Stack your shoulders over your hips, over your knees, elbows way back. Support your lower back. Hips forward, chest open. Head is the last thing to drop back. And of course, if your heels are accessible, grab your heels. Once your heels are accessible, engage Mula Bandha more, like that lower root lock, all the muscles of your pelvic floor. Squeeze those in, to send your hips forward a little more. That will support your lower back. And lift yourself up nice and slow, 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 strong. Core, hero, drop onto your hips, onto your heels, hands on your knees. Just a few breaths to reset. Big inhale. Big exhale. Camel round 2. Hop back up onto your knees. Get nice and strong. Zip up those thighs. Elbows hug in. Breathe back into your camel. And if it feels okay, just look whatever is back there. Set your eyes, set your gaze. It's really easy to want to close your eyes in camel for some reason. Slowly rise up. Plant your hands in front of you, so slow, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your heels, soften your knees, float through to your seat and right into boat. Yeah, I said boat. On your tailbone, shoulders drawn back, chest is open. See if you can, without looking, have a long, straight spine. From your tailbone up your spine through your crown. Hands to your thighs if you want a little assistance right now. Just full integrity in boat for 5 more breaths. If that means you want to row your boat or do something different, reach for your toes. Yeah, it's your boat. 4 more breaths. Really nice. Hug your skin to your muscle to your bone. Pull it all in to keep your chest open. Low boat. Take it low. Low boat, feet to the front of the room or wherever you are and tap your heels. Tap. That really lower bandha, just hugging in for 10, 9, 8, 7, you got it, 6, 5, 4, so strong, 3, 2, 1, and lower all the way down to the mat. Reach your arms out long behind you. Beautiful, beautiful work, you guys. Stretch out and then come into bridge. It's a really great way to stretch out your belly. Press your feet down and lift your hips up high. Draw your shoulders underneath you. Create that awesome shelf. 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath. Lower your hips. And just press your lower back into the mat. Find neutral here. Breathe in and out. And plant your hands wide by your ears for your big wheel. Beautiful, beautiful wheels, you guys. And then play and explore. And sometimes I come into wheel and I just want to be right in wheel and just breathe and just notice these little micro movements. And then other times it's, yeah, lifting a leg or kind of bending through the elbows. Few more breaths in your big wheel. Lower your hips down to the mat. Butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your left hand to your heart space and your right hand to your belly and really just checking in again. Thich Nhat Hanh, and I love him and I love his meditations, the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh, and he says a smile meditation is just like the most beautiful thing. So just smile. It's a smile meditation for like a breath or two. Note if it makes you feel silly to sit in your living room and do a smile meditation by yourself or with your friend Nicole. And then let that go. Happy baby. A few breaths in stillness or in swaying. And a wide leg straddle. And I'd love for you to get very intentional here, reaching for your toes or even your calves or thighs. But dial those back hip bones down, your tailbone roots, the best that you can. Peel your tailbone like you're trying to, draw it to the front of the mat. And then peel your toes back towards your shoulders and just breathe into your thighs, into your hips. 2 more breaths. Bring your feet straight up to the ceiling and hug your knees into your chest. I want you to rock yourself back to forward and come up onto your seat. Extend your right leg straight forward, toes point up, left foot, plug it into your right thigh. Chest and sternum in line with your long straight right leg. Reach your hands up, big breath. Hinge forward. Reach for that foot. Maybe there's a halfway lift. And then bow. Two more big breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. Sit up. And then just switch it out. Send your left leg long. Press your right foot into your left thigh. Nice and rooted through both sitting bones evenly. Reach high. Create all that length, right, through your torso as you hinge and lean forward. Starting to really find that release. Inhale to rise. Send both legs long in front of you. Remove any flesh from underneath your seat. Hands up high. And just go halfway, or not even, just hinge with your back perfectly straight. Zip your belly muscles in, Uddiyana Bandha, a little bit more. Like really, you're getting so much more length. And then bow. Hands to feet, hands to toes. Breathe in and breathe out. And stay for 2 more breaths. Lift yourself up onto your seat. And then from here, it's up to you. You can lower onto your back if you're going to place something under your tailbone for waterfall. We're coming into an inversion. So really, it's your choice. Maybe you really are feeling that classical headstand or hopping into a handstand, which is a little more energetic. Or you can take it really restorative. Send your legs up a wall. Even a headstand can be restorative if you feel really comfortable there. So up to you, your inversion. And if you guys chose the waterfall with your legs straight up, yeah, I invite you there to close your eyes and really just tap into being. If you're taking that handstand, finding your drishti gaze and maybe really just seeing yourself in that handstand, that intention. Headstand, if you are feeling like up hike, variation B. Beautiful, lifting your feet back up to the ceiling. And of course, the shoulder standers doing their plow. And then give yourself opportunity, if you did plow, to knees by your ears or knees by your temples for deaf man's. Our deepest forward fold. If you're in headstand, finding child's pose. And letting, linger in child's pose after your headstand for several breaths, because it's such an awesome thing, that crown chakra being stimulated in that way. Rolling out of your plow and deaf man's, if that's where you are. We'll all meet slowly and no rush on our back. Fish, Matsyasana. Pop up onto your forearms and press your chest open. I know some of you do have blocks at home. Use it, sure. And once you're in that fish, doing your little swallow test, you should still be able to swallow comfortably. And this is such a beautiful place to just draw awareness and attention to compassion. Starting with ourselves, because when I'm really self-critical, oh man, I can be so critical of those around me, and particularly the ones that I love. But when I'm full of compassion and gratitude for my own being, it's like it just kind of resonates to those around me. And then that clarity of speech, right? Our throat chakra wide open here. Just a reminder to measure our words. Are they kind, true, satya, and necessary? Very gently come out of your fish onto your back. Bring your right knee into your right side body. I want you guys to get a nice spinal twist here. Guide it over to the left. Chin and right shoulder back to the right. Breathe in. Ring out. Inhale. And twist. Come back through center. And we'll just do the opposite side. Extend your right leg long, hug your left knee in, give it a squeeze. Guide it right. And then your head tips last. And even here, pose and repose, right? Just creating this nice, deep, and final twist. Inhale. Twist and ring out. And come back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. It's your final big squeeze. In love and appreciation for your strong, able, healthy, amazing body. Shavasana, final rest. Extend your legs out long. Draw your shoulders underneath you. Take a breath in and a breath out. And you rest. Take a big breath in. And let it go. And start to bring a little bit of movement back in. Fingers and toes. Wrists and ankles. Stretch out. Roll onto your side. Acknowledge how you feel. Is there joy? Is there ease or peace, strength, power, whatever it is for you? And you're strong and amazing, able body. And press yourself up to your seat. Hands together and at heart, Anjali Mudra. Breathe in. Thumb knuckles to your forehead, and in gratitude, we bow together. Namaste. Yay. Thank you guys. Those of you so much. I'm so sorry that I went over time a little bit. I apologize. I don't, you guys were just looking so good and cozy in your inversions. I didn't want to slow things down, but you don't look like you're rushing off to work just yet. So, hey, Shafali.
Hey, thank you.
And you're so welcome. You know, hey, the world's opening back up little by little, and thank you guys for joining for virtual yoga. I really can't wait to see you in person, but it's nice to be able to see you on here. Hey, Jamie, Kaylee, Kay, and Sam, Matt, Monica, and Nicole. Thank you guys. Have an awesome Friday. It's so beautiful. Get outside if you're not already, like Matt, who always looks like he's in some parrot. He looks like he's on vacation somewhere, and I know he's right here in Neptune Beach. Awesome, you guys. Love you. Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Namaste.
you. Thanks for joining, Nicole.